Parenting OCD in teenagers, how to do exposures while you're waiting for professional therapy. Hi, I'm Julie and I've parented a daughter with contamination OCD, and I know how frustrating it can be and how much hope you lose while you're trying to parent a child with OCD while waiting for professional therapy. So how can you do exposures while you're waiting for therapy for your teen? Well, here's what we did, and this is what worked for us. I took my daughter to a coffee shop, but you select where you think your child will feel calmest. Find a calm space, and then what we did, we sat down with a huge piece of coloured card, because my daughter loves art, and we sat there and I got her to write down every single contamination OCD issue that she had on a sheet of card. And actually we filled a big card like that, both sides. That's how many issues she had. So the next part of the process then would be to get them to rate each issue on there out of 10, with 1 causing the least anxiety and 10 causing the most. Just a word of caution here, at this stage you're probably going to find that every single item on the list is scoring highly. If that's the case, get your teenager to select the one they want to start with. The next thing you need to do then is to select this as your first challenge, is to break it up into a realistic time frame. Agree, and I say mutually agree, a realistic time frame of when you're going to get this first challenge done, or first part of the challenge. For example, you might want to do something in a week, but chances are, particularly when they first start out, you might want to do it more sort of 2 to 4 weeks. So let's just say for this example, we're going to do it over 2 weeks. And then maybe break that up into steps. Say the challenge is going to be, let's just say it's going to be to reduce using wipes from 20 wipes in a week to 2 weeks, to 13 wipes in 2 weeks. Again, that might not sound a lot, but trust me, when they first get on board with these exposures, they're going to find them really tough. So let's just keep a realistic time frame and a realistic expectation from the first challenge. So what you would do then, what I would suggest doing, is to reduce those wipes, say 1 every 2 days. So first of all, you go from 20 to 19 and you do 19 for 2 days. Then the next day you reduce it to 18, do that for 2 days, and so forth until you've gone down to 13 wipes. What you would need to do at this stage, when they reach that first part of that milestone, you want to then agree a reward with them. Now, a lot of people think the rewards are controversial. I did myself. I wasn't keen on the idea at all, particularly because I had another sibling and it didn't seem fair. But what I have to hand on heart say, without rewards in place, my daughter would not have managed to free herself from the demons of OCD, because it gives them an incentive and a motivation to get on board. Because when it's getting tough, you just remind them of how you're going to celebrate each win, and it helps to keep them on board. And don't forget to stick to the rewards. So agree a reward of what you're going to do once they get down to, say, 13 wipes in a fortnight. And then the next fortnight, then agree how you're going to get from 13 to 0 wipes. This is just a simplistic example. Obviously, I don't know what sort of OCD your teenager has. And you will know the best way, because you can do it by reducing compulsions. You can do it by delaying compulsions. There are lots of ways that you can actually achieve this. So that's a brief insight into how you can help your teenager with exposures to start tackling OCD while you're waiting for professional therapy. Now, I cover this in more detail within an ebook, a digital ebook that I've created to help other parents who are struggling to help their children tackle OCD and to free themselves from OCD while you wait for professional therapy. It's a sort of holding your hand, if you like, and giving you experience of another parent who's gone through what you're going through right now. Because let's face it, therapists are really, really good, but you're only going to get access to them once a week, probably, if you're lucky. The rest is going to fall down to you, and you can suddenly find yourself thrust into the role of a therapist. And that's why I want to offer first-hand experience from a parent who's parented OCD in teenagers with other parents facing the same challenge. I'll pop the link to the handbook. It costs £15 in the comments.